7-0-5-0-1.
Okay, will you mind writing that on the affidavit
Okay,
and then signing it in front of the notary?
okay.
And then, Mr. Meyer, same question for you. You don't reside, even though you may feel like you live at work sometimes, you don't reside at 106 Sears Drive, right?
No, my address is 221 Lancaster Drive, Lafayette, 70506.
Okay, if you don't mind filling that in on your affidavit and signing it in front of the notary.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, Miss Razor is going to sign the proof of death and other facts in front of the notary here in my office right now.
All righty.
And we'll ask that you submit this will as a muniment of title.
Are you having trouble hearing me, Mr. Yost?
I don't believe so. Maybe. Did you say something I missed?
Is there a volume setting on this phone?
Can you hear me?
Spoken to you earlier and you did not respond, so I was wondering whether or not there was something wrong with the volume on this device.
Okay.
I think I need to ask Ms. Racer if she has read this document.
Yes,
And is it true and accurate?
yes, it is.
And you make this statement
Yes.
of your, thank you very much.
Okay, if the notary in Louisiana will let me know when she's completed her notarization, and then you can let me know here, Mr. Yost.
Okay. The notary in my office is just signing the notary and stamping the proof of death right now.
Somebody's got a train coming by their office.
Yeah,
It's us.
that's us.
Is that incorrect phone number? No. Okay.
My
Yeah, put your correct phone number. Don't draw a line.
Yeah, that train is always nice in depositions.
Okay.
One of them be marked.
I'm gonna go to the next page and sign us. I'll correct all the messes. Okay. Yeah. I'll draw a simple line there. Yes. Okay. And today is June 9th. Pressure, y'all, pressure. Okay, this time, this is my first time doing this, y'all. Bear with me. I'll be an expert next time.
All right.
I've done 2 copies of everything.
All right, Mr. Meyer, Ms. Carey, I thank y'all so much for showing up today and agreeing to assist with the administration of this estate. And Mr. Rager, I hope everything goes well.
Thank
Mr.
you, sir.
Booth, please let me know if you need anything, and I hope y'all have a great week.
All right, thank you very
also.
much.
Thank you.
If y'all will just put those originals in the mail to me, that would be great.
Rick
Yes,
Williams.
sir.
All right, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Val.
Thank you,
Take
Judge.
care.
Off.
Thank you.
Okay, one will with letters testamentary, both wills with testamentary.
Okay, it says it's joining, but it's not popped up yet. You want to go to Mr. Quigley?
Yeah.
On to Mr. Quigley.
Yeah.
And life report. Yes. Diane Birdie.
Mr. Quigley, do you have witnesses within the same office?
There are three of them together, but they're not here.
Okay, and they are located where?
Two of us are here.
I'm here. Y'all can't see me?
And
Y'all can't see me? Who's that you to?
Somebody called Debbie on here who I do not have any video of.
There I am.
Now,
I got it. Okay.
you see that?
We're all here.
Okay, who's Deborah Brown?
Right here.
Okay. Diane Birdie.
I'm here. I'm the sister.
Okay, and Zane Hoffpower.
I'm here.
All right, if y'all would raise your right hands, please. You and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call should be the truth, so help you God.
Do.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. This is a no will application to determine airship. Go right ahead, Mr. Quigley.
Mrs. Verdi, I understand that you've read the testimony on facts of airship, and you were very familiar with Mr. Brown, and you believe everything in that your written testimony is true and correct. Is that right?
I do.
And Mr. Hoffpower, I understand that you also were very familiar with the family of Mr. Brown, and you've read your testimony, and you also believe everything in there is factual. Is that correct?
I do.
Very well. Mr. Brown, I understand you've read your proof of death and other facts, and to the best of your knowledge, everything in there is absolutely true. Is that right?
Yes.
Very well.
And
That's
Mr.
all.
How long were you familiar with Christopher C. Brown Jr.?
You asking me?
Yes, sir.
I met him in 2010.
Okay. And Ms. Birdie?
Yes. I've known him for 30 years.
Okay.
Married my sister.
All righty. You'll get your proofs into me, Mr. Quigley. Do you have any questions of these witnesses, Mr. Macy? I've read your report.
I have no questions, Your Honor.
All right. If you'll make arrangements to get your proofs and your oaths and your statements of witnesses in, we'll get it taken care of, Mr. Quigley.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. We appreciate your help.
You'll have a great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. So maybe be excused.
Yes, sir. I've already signed your order with respect to ad litem fees.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mr. Quigley.
Thank you. You did a great job. I appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Mr. Goodson? Y'all can leave the meeting now.
I'm trying. Get off.
Hello.
Good morning. How you doing, Mr.?
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Linda.
Morning, Mr. McElroy.
Morning, Judge.
All right, I'll waive the oath as an officer of the court. Mr. McElroy, is this last will and testament of Deborah Bratt Layton?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you familiar with her signature?
I am, Your Honor.
Does that appear to be her signature on that document?
It is.
And after the date she made this document on January 16th, 2015, are you aware that she ever revoked it or amended it?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Goodson.
Thank you, Judge. As you are aware, the application filed by Mr. McElroy is for the requesting an order granting this application of probated will that's more than 4 years after the testator's date as a muniment of title. Mr. McElroy also serves as the executor of Mrs. Deborah Brandt Layton's husband, Jack, and this will provide an opportunity to expedite a sale of a piece of real property that remained in the estate of Jack Layton at his death. Please the court, we did provide to Mr. McElroy, who can then respond, the proof of death and other facts for the probate of the will more than 4 years after the testator's date as the muniment of title, and we've asked him to review the various statements and representations and the proof of death, and he can acknowledge that he has done so and acknowledge as such as it pleases the court.
Okay, is everything contain that proof of death and other facts true and correct and within your personal knowledge, Mr. McElroy?
It is.
Okay, and so the reason for probating the will is a muniment of title more than 4 years after the date of the death of the testatrix is that you need to dispose of some property that's within the estate. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, if you'll sign your proof, you have a notary there, Mr. Goodson?
Yes, Kayla, who you know is in here, and do you want us to go ahead though and have her sign, John sign the oath and notarize it as well?
Yes, please.
I'll let her
Let me-
step over here and I'll move out of the camera and let her take care of that, sir.
Yeah, I think there's more since they put in the audio visual equipment. Have you been, John?
I've been good. How about yourself?
Better than I deserve to be.
I understand. I understand.
Okay. Well, good.
All right, so John, now they're gonna e-file that. I've signed the order admitting the will to probate as immutable of title. Y'all will be able to get a certified copy of the will in order if you need one for the purposes of closing the sale of the property. You and Guy, let me know if y'all need anything. We'll be here. Guy has my cell phone number, so.
Yeah, more importantly, my wife has his wife's cell number. That's the most important member of the Browning family. All right, Judge. Thank you and everyone at the court. We appreciate y'all's help in this matter.
Y'all take care now.
Thank you, sir. In fact, Kimberly's on the phone.
Yes, signed on to a different device.
Thank you.
It doesn't usually take quite this long. I'll go messing with it again.
Good morning, Mr. Williams.
Good morning, Judge.
Well, you apparently signed on to a different device, so we had a difficulty locating you within the field.
You found us, though.
Okay. Is this Jackie Randall Ross?
Yes, it is.
And Mr. Ross, if I could get you to raise your right hand, and I'm gonna swear you in both cause number 124147, the estate of Jack R. Ross, and 124943, the estate of Louise Taylor Ross. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in the two causes here under consideration shall be the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay.
So we
Mr.
got
Ross, hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Mr. Jack R. Ross. Do you recognize that as being his will?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Go back to the signature page. And you ask you if you recognize that as being his signature.
Yes, sir.
And after the date he made this will on June 23rd of 2008, are you aware of his having changed it in any way?
No, I'm not aware if he changed any.
Okay. Next, I'm gonna hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Louise Taylor Ross. Do you recognize that as being her will?
Yes, sir.
Likewise, is that her signature on that document?
Yes, sir.
And it appears she made this will on the same date, June 23rd, 2008. Did she ever change it or revoke it after that date?
No, sir.
All right, go right ahead, Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Ross, we're going to start with Dad's 124147, the estate of Jack R. Ross. The document that I'm showing you now is entitled Proof of Death and Other Facts. Prior to this hearing, did you have the opportunity to read this document?
Yes.
Is this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. Need for you to sign this document just the way that your name appears right there, please.
Okay.
Leah?
Yep.
Also, this is the oath that tells the court that you will well and truly perform all the duties of the independent executive.
Okay.
Need you to sign just as your name appears.
There you go.
Okay. Now we'll move to Mom's estate, the estate of Louise Taylor Ross. Prior to this hearing today, I showed you this document, which is entitled Proof of Death and Other Facts. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you read the document?
Yes.
And it's true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Need for you to sign here also, just the way your name appears.
Where is Anacocha, Louisiana?
It's 20 miles east of Toledo Bend Dam.
Gotcha.
Right above Leesville.
Oh, yeah.
And that's as a crow flies, Judge. Believe me, you can't get there that fast.
My wife just went over there last week,
Yeah.
looking at the state.
It's pretty over there. They'll call it Sportsman's Paradise for nothing.
That's right. And Mr. Ross, what's going to happen now is once the notary has notarized your signatures on both your proof of death and other facts on your mother and your father, as well as your oath, Mr. Williams will let me know. I'll sign the orders admitting both wills to probate and authorizing the county clerk to issue letters testamentary. Those letters are what you're going to use to show your authority on behalf of the estate. So if you need to deal with real estate title companies, financial institutions, those documents. I would please cooperate with Mr. Williams in getting him a listing of the assets of your parents' estate, because he has 90 days from today to file what's called an inventory appraisement and list of claims with the court. I know he'll guide you through the process, but he'll need information from you in order to prepare those, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is everything notarized, Mr. Williams?
It is, Your Honor. All done.
Well, I just threw my pen halfway across the room, so I have to get it. Yeah. All right. Both orders are signed, and Mr. Williams will e-file those documents you've executed with the clerk, and he'll get your letters for you. I hope everything goes well. Mr. Williams, let me know if you need anything, if there's any way we can help.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
I'll have a great rest of your week.
You too, sir.
6, Mr. Sykes. And this is not self-approved.
Here we go.
We're gonna need to turn it around where you can see her.
What's the first one? Let's see if Arlette's in.
Let's see. You should be in here.
Oh, this is his office. Hello?
Hello.
Arlette, is that you?
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
good
it
luck.
is. I'm pulling over.
Thank
Sorry
you.
about this. Those little things are good, except when you don't want them to be noisy.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I'm stopped.
Okey doke.
You're still waiting for them to get to you?
I think they're trying to connect us in right now.
Okay.
So I'm glad you're on board.
All right, can you hear me, Mr. Sykes?
Yes, Your Honor, I can.
Okay, do you have Irene Thompson with you?
Your Honor, I do. She's right here across the table from me.
And is this Arlette Collins that's on the telephone?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Okay, if you'll let me see Miss Thompson, please. Okay, Miss Thompson, if you and Miss Collins could raise your right hands, please. Do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in cause number 125212 in the estate of Murphy Joseph Dickinson shall be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. I am going to hold up what purports to be a copy of the last will and testament of Mr. Murphy Dickinson. Do y'all recognize that as being a copy of his will?
I do.
I do.
And I'm gonna go to the signature page and ask y'all if that appears to be a copy of his signature.
It is.
Yes.
Okay, and after the date he made this will on January 30th of 2006, are y'all aware of his having ever changed it or revoked it?
No.
No, I'm not aware of any change.
Okay, go right ahead, Mr. Sykes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your name is Miss Irene Thompson,
Yes.
and you knew Mr. Murphy Joseph Dickinson for about how long before he passed away?
For about 20 years.
You were a close family friend of his?
Yes, I was.
And when he died in June 3rd of 2009 in Jefferson County, Texas, where he lived at the time he died.
Right.
And he left a will, correct?
Correct.
Now, he left his son, Karan, as executor of the will. However, Karan has been in prison for about 17 years and just got released last November. Is that right?
Correct.
And he was a primary beneficiary in the will.
Yes.
And so you're just now probating the will, trying to get the will admitted to probate, but you don't feel like you're in default because of not probating it earlier. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Due to the fact that Karan's been in prison.
Correct.
And so that's what you're trying to do at this time, probate the will, get named as administrator or executor of the will.
Correct.
Because you were the alternate executor if Karan couldn't be the executor, correct?
Correct.
And he can't because he's a convicted felon.
Correct.
And there is a necessity to probate the will because there's a bunch of money in an account held by the Texas Controller's Office, right?
Correct.
And the only way to get to that, to be able to get that money into the estate is go through probate. Is that right?
That's right.
And you're asking the judge to admit the will to probate and name you as executrix of the estate.
Correct.
Your Honor, I'm going to show you, Ms. Thompson, this called proof of death and other facts. Have you read this document?
Yes, I have.
And is everything in that document true and correct?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Your Honor, we pass the witness.
Go right ahead to your disinterested witness, Mr. Sykes.
Thank you, sir. Are you Arlette Collins Hoffer?
Yes, I am.
And Ms. Hoffer, at the time that this will was written by Mr. Dickinson, were you a notary public?
Yes, I was.
And at that time you were working for Bruce Hoffer, correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Ron Lanier had a law office next to Bruce's, is that right?
Yes.
And this will that you just identified of Mr. Dickinson a while ago, were you the notary public for that will?
Yes, I was.
And you saw Mr. Dickinson sign the will, is that right?
Yes.
Was he in the right sound mind and body when he signed the will?
Yes, he appeared to be.
And he signed the will in front of the two witnesses, Ron Lanier and Eva Rosetta.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Thank you, Arlette, very much. Your Honor, we're past the witness.
Okay, you will get Ms. Collins and the applicant that execute their documents before a notary and get those into the court. Then we'll sign order, but let me hold this up to the witnesses real quick. If you would let me see the applicant again. Didn't hold up the will, did it? Did I?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did I get them to identify the will and the signature? Yes, I did. Never mind.
Yes,
I got care of that.
Okay.
We're in shape and just get those to me and we'll take care of it. Mr. Sykes, let me know if there's any other way we can help.
Thank you so very, very much, Your Honor. We greatly appreciate it.
All right, y'all have a great one.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Arlette.
Okay, I'll get that signed and sent to you.
Thank you,
Do I
ma'am.
have, let me call you or you call me.
I'll call you right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, you Ms. Norman?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And are you Michael Guidry?
Yes, sir, I am, sir.
Okay, Mr. Guidry, what is your address?
My current address, sir, is 43 Benhaven East, and that's in Montgomery, Texas, 77356, sir.
All right. You raise your right hand.
Yes, sir, I will.
Okay, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in cause number 125771 in the estate of Rosalie Toronto Guidry shall be the truth, so help you God?
I do, sir.
Okay, Mr. Guidry, I'm going to hold up what purports to be the last will and testament of Rosalie Toronto Guidry. Do you recognize that as being her will?
Yes, sir, that is.
I'm going to go to the signature page. And I'm going to ask you if that's her signature on that document.
Yes, sir, that is her signature.
Okay, and after the date she made this will on July 23rd of 2003, did she ever revoke it or amend it?
No, sir, never.
Okay, go right ahead, Ms. Norman.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you please state your name for the record, Mr. Guidry?
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am. It's Michael Anthony Guidry.
And you are the son of Rosalie Toronto Guidry, correct?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
And she passed away on September 23rd, 2020 in Beaumont, Jefferson County, Texas at the age of 87, correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
That was less than 4 years ago, correct?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And you believe that this court has jurisdiction and venue over your mother's estate because she had a domicile and a fixed place of residence in in Jefferson County on the date of her death, correct?
Correct, ma'am.
And to the best of your knowledge, that will that we just saw that was signed on July 23rd, 2003 was your mother's will, correct?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And you believe a necessity exists for the administration of the estate?
Yes, I do.
To the best of your knowledge, was that will ever revoked by your mother?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Was there any state, governmental agency, or charitable organization named as a beneficiary in that will?
No, ma'am.
After that will was made, did your mother have any children that were born to or adopted by her?
No, ma'am.
Did she have a marriage that was dissolved after that will was made?
Oh, no, ma'am. My mother never remarried.
Okay. And that will named you and Lucy Ann Mulbear, who's now known as Lucy Walker, to serve as co-executors. And then in the alternative, it named you or Lucy Ann Mulbear to serve as co-executors with Selena Sellers Day. But both Selena and Lucy have signed authorizing you to act as executor in your sole capacity, correct?
Correct, ma'am.
And do you swear that the will that was offered for probate is your mother's last will?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe that you will act truly to perform all the duties as an executor of the will for your mother's estate?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to open the estate once you have signed the documents that that we have sent you in front of a notary?
Yes, ma'am.
I pass the witness.
Mr. Guidry, so what's going to happen now is you're going to make arrangements to sign that proof of death and other facts, as well as your oath before a notary public. You'll return those to your attorney. She can e-file those with the county clerk. I'll be notified when those are filed. I'll sign the order admitting the will to probate and authorizing the county clerk to issue letters testamentary. Those letters will give you authority to act on behalf of the estate if you need to deal with real estate title companies, financial institutions, insurance companies, whatever the case may be. But if you'd please cooperate with your attorney, make sure you get her a listing of the assets of your mother's estate, because she had 90 days from the date I signed the order to file what's called an inventory appraisement and list of claims with the court. So I hope everything goes well. If either of y'all need anything from the court, don't hesitate to call us and we'll try to help if we can. But I think we've got everything taken care of.
Thank you, Runner.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're a gentleman. Thank you. Be safe.
All too.
Thank you.
Are we excused, Your Honor?
You are excused. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Mr. Dawes?
Yes.
Huh?
Hey, Lakina, yeah, we're ready. Come on in. It's working. Just tilt that monitor towards you. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. No, you're joining. I can see you. Maybe just tilt it back so it gets your full face in the screen. There you go. Perfect.
Okay, Mr. Dawes, do you have Miss Richard with you? Miss Christopher?
Yes, sir. She's right here behind me.
And Mr. Richard and Mr. Ballard?
Yes, sir. They're there. This is Mr. Richard right here on the screen, and Mr. Ballard's right beside him.
Okay, if you would turn the camera to the witnesses, I need to see them, not you.
Okay. I'll just kind of get side by side.
Okay, so Mr. Richard and Mr. Ballard, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna have a problem with feedback when you have two computers in the same room.
My volume was up too high, Judge. I think I can get it fixed.
Okay, if the witnesses will raise their right hands, please. And Mr. Richard, if you'll move a little bit closer in, I can't see your arm.
See you.
Okay, do you and each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in cause number 124667, the estate of Kevin Allen Christopher Sr. shall be the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. You may proceed, Mr. Dawes.
Go ahead and mute yourself. Okay. Ma'am, would you state your full name?
Connie Christopher.
And did you file this application on behalf of the estate of Kevin Allen Christopher?
Yes.
Are you Mr. Christopher's widow?
Yes.
And did your husband pass away on June 23rd, 2019?
Yes.
And at the time of his death, was his home and domicile in Port Arthur, Jefferson County, Texas?
Yes.
And as far as you know, did Mr. Christopher ever have an executed last will and testament?
No.
At the time of his passing, did he have 4 children?
Yes.
And are those Kevin Christopher Jr., Ladora Stephen Weisinger, Larry Christopher, and Julian Christopher?
Yes.
Were there any other children born or adopted to him?
No.
Is there a necessity that exists for administering his estate?
Yes.
Do you have any physical or mental incapacities that would keep you from serving as the administrator?
No.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony?
No.
Are you a resident of the state of Texas?
Yes.
Is there any reason why you cannot serve as independent administrator of the estate? Are you asking the court to name you and empower you as independent administrator of Kevin Allen Christopher Senior's estate? Yes.
All right, any questions of this witness, Mr. Black?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, proceed with the next witnesses, Mr. Dahl.
Okay. Mr. Richard, would you state your name?
Michael Richard.
And how do you know Kevin?
Friends,
About how many years have you been knowing him?
probably 25, 30 years.
Did y'all work together most of those years?
Yes.
And you've heard the testimony of Miss Christopher that she was his wife at the time of his passing and that he had 4 children. Is that information correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Did you ever know Mr. Christopher to have a last will and testament before his death?
No.
Okay. Are you aware if there's any unpaid debts that he owes?
No.
Are you aware of any unpaid taxes that he owes?
No.
Was the property that he owned located at 4801 Lakeshore Drive in Port Arthur, Texas?
Yes.
Are there any other children born or adopted to Mr. Christopher other than the 4 testified to by Connie?
Not that I know of.
All right,
I'll get to this witness.
Mr. Black, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, I've read your report, Mr. Black. Thank you. Go right ahead, Mr. Dahl, with Mr.
Mr. Ballard, would you state your full name?
Carlton Bellard.
And how do you know Mr. Christopher?
Working with him for a number of years.
Okay. It looks like you've known him for almost 30.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And you've heard the testimony of the other 2 witnesses, Connie and Mr. Richard. Do you agree with their testimony?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was Connie his wife at the time of his death?
Yes, sir.
Did he just have these 4 kids?
Yes, sir. As far as my knowledge, yes.
You're not aware of any other children born or adopted to him?
No, sir.
And do you have any knowledge about him ever having a will?
No, sir.
Judge,
all right, cover it, Mr. Dahl. Any questions, Mr. Black?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, if you'll get those proofs executed and the statements of the disinterested witnesses, get those filed with the clerk. I'll sign the judgment declaring heirship and the order authorizing independent administration of the estate. Miss Christopher, what happens when that, Mr. Dawes will get you letters of administration. Those will give you authority to act on behalf of your husband's estate. Please make sure that you cooperate with Mr. Dawes in getting him a listing of the assets of the estate because he has 90 days from the date I signed the order to file an inventory with the court. But otherwise, y'all let us know if there's any way that we can help. Give us a call, Mr. Dawes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge.
And thank you to the witnesses for coming in. We appreciate you. Y'all have a great one.
You too, Judge.
You too, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, you did.
Hello?
Hello.
Morning.
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 Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Let's see here. So I assume that that is Lisa Goldman with you?
Correct.
Okay, and I've got Mr. McElroy appearing by video. And then I guess that is Connie Culbertson with the mask on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you must be Brenda McKee on the Samsung device.
Yes, that's me.
All right, if I could get all three of you to raise your right hands, please.
Okay.
Each of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this call is number 124722, the estate of Lori D. Methvin, shall be the truth, so help you God.
Do.
Yes.
I do.
Okay, go right ahead, Ms. Gregory.
Okay, you're Lisa S. Goldman, and you're here today to probate the estate of your mother, Lori Methvin. Is that correct? And you and your family did a diligent search for a will, and y'all were not able to find one, correct? And prior to coming to court today, you had an opportunity to read the proof of death and other facts, and all those statements are true and correct to the best of your knowledge. Is that correct? I'll pass this witness.
Any questions, Mr. McElroy?
No questions, Judge.
All right, I've read your report. It was well done. Thank you, Mr. McElroy. Go right ahead, Ms. Gregory.
Okay, so I would like to say time, Your Honor, and question the two witnesses with the same questions at the same time. So that, Connie and Brenda, thank you for being here. And I want to know if you both had an opportunity to read the affidavit of facts and all of those statements were true and correct regarding Ms. Methvin's marital history and the number of children that she had. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I have no further questions of these witnesses.
Any questions of these witnesses, Mr. McElroy?
No, Your Honor.
All right, well, thank you for being here today. So what's going to happen now is y'all are going to make arrangements to sign your statements of facts in front of a notary. Get those to Ms. Gregory. She'll e-file those with the county clerk. Once she does that, I'll sign the judgment declaring heirship and the order authorizing independent administration of the estate. At that time, Ms. Goldman, Ms. Gregory will get you letters of administration that will give you authority to act on behalf of the estate. So if you need to deal with real estate title companies or financial institutions, whatever the case may be, you'll be able to use those letters to do so. Please make sure that you cooperate with Ms. Gregory in getting her a listing of the assets of your mother's estate, because she has 90 days from the date I signed the order to file an inventory with the court. But otherwise, y'all let us know if y'all need anything. If there's any way that we can help, Ms. Gregory, please feel free to give me a call. I want to thank you to the disinterested witnesses for appearing here today. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, Judge. We'll have our papers to you.